Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Children of the Promise. Children of the Promise. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yumla Abanawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Back with another lesson. A quick hit, but you know, the promise was given unto the kingdom, man. You know, the blessing, the blessing, because a blessing is rulership. You see, that's what a blessing is, rulership. And we know Esau, Edom, in this end time, Esau is in rulership, the so-called white man, the white folks. They are in rulership. See? So we are at the end of their rulership. And so the blessing is in, in the kingdom, which is going to be right here on earth, right there in Jerusalem. The Lord is coming back to destroy his enemies. You know, Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, the Savior, which is the Savior is from the tribe of Judah. There's 12 tribes. It isn't just one, it's 12. So, you know, he's coming out of the tribe of Judah, which is the head tribe, which from the southern kingdom, which is the head tribe out of all the tribes. You have the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. You see, so, and we know the so-called Negroes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That is the so-called Negroes, the southern kingdom, and then we know the northern kingdom, which would be the so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. You know, and the Lord said he was going to scatter his people, like it tell you in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that he was going to scatter his people into captivity, you know, because of our forefathers going back to Moses, you know, our forefathers going off. The Lord, but the Lord said he was going to scatter us and we were going to go into captivity, but he wasn't going to, totally just do away with us. You know, he was in this end time, he was going to bring back a remnant, the elect, the chosen, you see, you know, the prophets, the believers out of his people. All of Israel isn't going to be saved in this second time, the second coming of the Lord. You know, but the remnant, the elect, is going to be delivered out of this, and through marriage, the rest of Israel are going to be brought back in the kingdom through marriage. See, the Lord is dealing with his people. The Lord has an elect. He has a chosen people, and those chosen people are the tribes. We have Israelites that are scattered, and they look like the so-called white folks, the Edomites. They, Israelites that look like the so-called, the Chinese, the Moabites, or they look like the Arabic, the Ishmaelites. You know, they look like them, but their seed line goes back to Jake. So they're not all going to look like Negroes or a dark brown to a light brown. You know, they're going to look like a Bruce Lee. or a Tom Brady, or even a Joe Biden. They're going to look like them, but their seed line goes back to Jake. There are Israelites that look like these other nations. They're not all going to look like, a so-called Negro, or a Hispanic, Latino, or Native American Indian. They're going to look like these other nations, man. The speckled birds. But their seed line goes back to Jake, and we know the Lord said you're not supposed to judge off the way somebody looks. You have to go off the spirit. The spirit. We judge according to the spirit. You see? And if they ultimately can understand and get this word, so you can't go off what just somebody looks like. You have to go off with their spirit. So there are Israelites that look like these other nations, and then you have Israelites, Jake, man, they just can't believe this. They can't believe it. But let me go here, man. The Lord's only dealing with the children of the promise, which with the promise was given unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let me go here. Psalm 147. Psalm 147 and 19. Psalm 147 and 19, and it reads, it says, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. 20, it says, He hath not dealt so with any nation. We're not dealing with you other nations, man. You other nations, if your seed line doesn't go back to Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, ultimately Jacob, man. If your seed line doesn't go back to Jacob, you're going into captivity. That includes myself, man. If my seed line, if my father, because it's based on your father, if it don't go back to Jacob, including myself, if it don't go back unto Jacob, you are going into captivity. You're going to be handmaids and servants unto the nation of the Hebrew Israelites, man, unto the Lord's people. It says, He hath not dealt so with any nation. The Lord has a chosen nation, a chosen people that He's dealing with. That's it. These laws, statutes, and commandments are unto the nation of the Hebrew Israelites. They're not for all nations. They're for one group of particular people. And they teach you in these churches and in the world that the Lord loves everybody. No. He's dealing with one nation, man. And that's His people. And if you are not a part of this nation of the Hebrew Israelites of Jacob, you're going into captivity. You're going to be a handmaid and servant. Your mom, your dad, your sister, your grandma. If you're a part of these other nations, go to Psalm 83. It'll tell you about all the nations that are an enemy unto the Father, man, and unto the nation of the Israelites. See? It says, He hath not dealt so with any nation, and for His judgments they have not known them. Praise ye Yahawah, the Father. Let me go here. Let me go to Isaiah. So the Lord's not dealing with you other nations. This is it. You other nations have prospered. You've took part in enslaving and belittling and going against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And we see here in America, this is the America is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. See? And we know in this place, you other nations, you know, mainly, you know, Moab, the Chinese, you know, the Ishmaelites, the Arabics, the Pakistanians, the Afghanistanians, the Iranians, you know, the Hamites, the Africans. You know, a lot of you, you know, you came to this country and you've prospered, man. You own liquor stores and, you know, different businesses. You've prospered, man. You see, and you've joined hand in hand with Esau, Edom, you know, and you've prospered, man, and you've you come against the Lord's people, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And like I said, there are Israelites scattered amongst those other nations. You see? But ultimately, the Lord is overall, he's dealing with his people, the nation of you Israelites, man. Let me go here. His people. It says here, Isaiah 40 and 15, and it reads, it says, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance. The Lord said, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance. It's like getting a scale and putting that little dust, you know, the little whatever remaining dust on the scale, and that's you other nations. You're nothing, man. It says, as the small dust of the balance, behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. 16. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for the burnt offering. 17. All nations, see, all nations before him are as nothing. See, this is what the Lord thinks of you other nations, man. You so-called white folks, you Edomites, you so-called Chinese, you Moabites, you Ishmaelites, the Arabics, the so-called, you know, the Africans, the Hamites, all you other nations, Ammon, Japanese, Koreans, you know, all you other nations that don't, your seed line doesn't go back to Jacob. All nations before him are as nothing. You're counted as nothing, man. And they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity. Let me go here. Romans. You nations, if you are not a part of the chosen line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, if you are not a part of that line, if you're not a part of Jacob, and Jacob had 12 sons, man. If your seed line doesn't go back to Jacob, man, you're going into captivity. This is it for you. You will be handmaids and servants. We're going to go to Romans. Romans 10, or what, Salakia? Romans 9, Salakia. Romans 9, I'll close out with these last few. Romans 9 and 7. Romans 9 and 7, and it reads, it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all the children. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. But in Isaac shall all thy seed be called. In Isaac. 8, it says, that is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of the Lord, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Let me read it again. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, you other nations. These are not the children of the Lord, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. 9, for this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. See, and we know Isaac had, or Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael, and then Jacob had Esau and Jacob. Let me go here. Let me close out with this. Let me hop to 13. Romans 9 and 13. I'll close out with this. Romans 9 and 13. It says, as it is written. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Wait. The Lord loves everybody. The Lord is all love. The Lord loves everybody. As it is written, Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Shalom.